Paris Saint-Germain looked to extend their unbeaten league run to 15 games when they got the weekend's action underway against high-flying Rennes. It was the visitors who created the first chance. Gaëtan Laborde crossing from the left, Benjamin Bourigeaud miss-hit volley, nearly catching Keylor Navas out. Scrambling back and tipping it over. PSG did get going though. Mbappe on the left, predictably but perhaps unstoppably cutting inside, attempting a trademark right foot curler. Deflected onto the post. Simon's shot also blocked. Then the same story again. PSG in stoppage time. Messi to Mbappe. And the winner. Time and time again, the Parisians find a way to grab all 3 points at the death. So the tabletoppers extend their unbeaten league run and still appear on course for a comfortable stroll to the title. Following their disappointing cup exit, Marseille returned to league action against Metz. The visitors took the lead with their first real chance. Corner from the right, Dylan Bron's header finding Cedric Bakambu a few yards out. January signing able to turn home for 1-0. Les Grenats would hit back early in the second half though. Ball won on the left by Feli Kandé, laid off to Maiga. Back to Kandé on the left, and across finding Maiga. And finishes off an excellent team move for the equaliser. With under 10 minutes remaining, Marseille would find the winner. Cross from the right, cleared high into the air, out of the area. Sent back in by Sead Kolasinac, and a piece of absolute magic by Arkadiusz Milik. Control on his chest, and a spectacular overhead kick into the bottom corner, a fitting winner as Marseille extend their lead over Nice to 4 points in the battle for best of the rest. Despite losing their first league fixture of the year last time out, Lyon still had an opportunity to extend their unbeaten run at the Groupama Stadium when they hosted Nice. After just 10 minutes they would have the lead. Justin Kluivert's handball leading to a Lyon penalty. Perhaps harsh, but nonetheless, Moussa Dembele able to put the penalty away. The second attempt, after his first had been saved, was then ordered to be retaken for players encroaching. Just 7 minutes into the second period, the lead would be doubled. Some nice build-up play from Ligue, worked out to the right, lots of give and goes. Ball eventually bouncing kindly for Tanguy and Ndombele. His cross along the 6-yard box was turned in by Karl Toko Ekambi at the back post. A good day at the office for Lyon then. The home side move up to 7th, whilst Nice lose ground. Strasbourg aim to continue their charge for Champions League football when they travel to Angers. The hosts have won 3 of their last 5 league matches against Le Racing. The visitors would take the lead when Kévin GAMEIRO produced a stunning volley. The 9th goal of the season. Great technique on the strike, too much power for Petkovic. SCO would look to hit back though, a corner of their own, producing a save from Marseille. Stefan Bauken with the glancing header, well anticipated by the keeper. 1-0 at the final whistle. Strasbourg suddenly just 1 point off Nice in the final podium spot. Monaco were endeavouring to make it 4 wins on the bounce in all competitions when they welcomed Lorient to Stade Louis II. It was the hosts who created most of the chances. A corner from the left. Jean-Luc with the volley somewhat out of nowhere, nearly catching Dreyer out. Shortly after, a similar story. Free kick from the right. Ben Yedder's glancing header cleared by the feet of Dreyer. 0-0 the final score. Somewhat disappointing game. Somewhat disappointing result for Les Monégasques. A good point though for Lorient. The struggling Bordeaux side made the long trip north to Lens. They look to arrest a worrying run of form that's seen them concede 14 goals in their previous 3 games. Things would appear to be heading in a familiar direction when Arnaud Kalimwendo ran the bottom corner. Shortly after, another goal for Lens. Christopher Wu brought down on the edge of the box. Referee pointing to the spot. And the subsequent penalty dispatched by Gaël Kakuta. 2-0. And just 4 minutes later, Massadio Haidara on the left, finding Seko Fofana in the box, and a stunning finish by the captain to make it 3 inside half an hour. Bordeaux seemingly on their way to another thrashing. It would strike back though. John Onana playing it through to Albert Elise, made no mistake for his 9th of the season. Les Girondins would pull another goal back. All played to Hwang Ujou. Good finish on the turn. That's where the comeback would end. Bordeaux slipped to the bottom of the pile, whilst Lens moved back up to 8th. Lens hosted Reims with the home side very much in the middle of the tightly packed mid-table. Visitors would love to break into that battle, but their job on the day was made much harder when Younes Abdelhamid shown a straight red for a foul on the edge of the area. And then Moses Simon scored from the resulting free kick. Acrobatics to celebrate. The Nantes fans ecstatic. Third in the league this season for the Nigerian, to go with his 6 assists. The visitors would come out on the offensive despite their numerical disadvantage. Alexis flips free kick. Wout Fass getting ahead of his man, forcing the save from Albon Lafont. They would never find the equaliser, fall back towards the relegation zone. Nantes move up to 9th. After suffering a humiliating loss last weekend, reigning champions Lille returned to action against a Montpellier side also looking to bounce back from disappointment. Back after a 3-game ban, Teji Savanier tested Léo Jardim early on. Breakthrough eventually came in the 77th minute. Timothy Weir finding Benjamin Andre, the midfielder setting himself for a strike. Mamadou Sakho's block falling perfectly for Xhaka. Portuguese not needing a second invitation to turn into an empty net. Burak Yilmaz with a chance to wrap up the points late on. Threw on goal, but unable to find the finish. Nonetheless, 1-0 the final score. The champions the ones who were just about able to bounce back. Two sides 3 places apart in the standings met as Troyes travelled west to face Brest. It was a broad day in Brittany. The home fans won't have cared as they took the lead after just 7 minutes. Martin Satriano slotting under Gauthier Gallon with his outside of his foot. The hosts would double their lead with the pre-assist going to Mother Nature. Gallon's attempted clearance caught in the wind. Satriano able to turn in for his 2nd goal on the first start of his professional career. Visitors would strike back just before the break. Kouame with a cross from the right and Adil Rami climbing highest at the back post to head in. But Brest restored their 2-goal lead just 4 minutes into the second half. Honorat making it 3-1 from close range. Honorat would get his 2nd soon after. Played through, the striker making no mistake. Clinical finish into the bottom corner, make it 9 for the season. Salt would be applied to the wound in the 82nd minute. Steve Mounier there to turn in a Paul Lang cross. A clever volley to the side netting. 5-1, the final whistle. Troyes stay 16th, but now just 1 point above 20th. Bottom of the table, SAINT-ÉTIENNE took on 15th place Clermont. It's the hosts who took the lead. A corner from the left. Bertomier finding the head, Cedric Ntunji. Sante would push for an equaliser, would eventually find it with 20 minutes remaining. The ball forward by Thiam. Madi Camara with a one-touch finish at the near post. With 10 minutes remaining, a corner from the right, headed in by Timothée Kolejachak for 2-1 as Les Verts turned it around again. 2 wins in 21 games and then 3 in a row. Suddenly they're out of the relegation zone. 23 goals scored in all, 6 of which were at Brest in another Ligue 1 Uber Eats thrashing. Sante's 2 goals may be the most important of all. So PSG's lead remains at 13 points, with Nice's back-to-back losses seeing them drop back from Marseille and into the clutches of Strasbourg. Rennes cling on to 5th despite their defeat. Bottom 5 are now covered by just 1 point. Saint-Étienne escaped the bottom 2 for the first time since match day 5 back in mid-September as Bordeaux fall to the bottom of the pile. Lille and Metz will get next week's action underway on Friday. 2 of the league's form sides in Lyon and PSG travel to Lens and Nantes respectively on Saturday. Marseille finish off the weekend again, this time hosting Clermont.